come and go like a rah rah rah. They don't want the to be going nah nah nah. I'm coming back with the money in the bag. The rubies in my lap, yeah, I'm running for the cash. I come and go like a rah rah rah. Putting in the work like I'm way behind. Still trapping on the low, lurking in the mode like I'm running from the popo. Spot.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Old Bear, also known as Siddharth Prashanth, and we are going to be getting into the game of PUBG for ISRL. And we are looking to get into round number 2, match number 5. And by the way, this is going to be a best of 3 series, just like the 4 matches which happened consecutively. So this is going to be quite an amazing treat to watch, and we are going to be getting into map number 1 pretty soon. And by the way, since this is PUBG Mobile and it is also going to be solos, the map for the choice is going to be Sandhog. So all the players will be playing in Sandhog in a best of 3 format, and people are gonna be racking up those points. Each one of their kills is gonna be carrying 5 points, while their placement on the top 10 or the top 20 people actually get points in the game itself. So calculating that again and again, at the end of the best of 3 series, you'll actually be able to see the players who are going to be qualifying for the next round. And things are looking to get a little bit more interesting. We did see yesterday's game; it was a lot more interesting than match number one and match number two, because not a lot of passive plays were actually happening. We did see people getting out of their comfort zone, trying to go for these fights, and it really did work out in their favor, because we did see PUBG Mobile, as of the previous 2 matches, it rewarded all the aggressive players, and that is something which I have talked about for a while since PUBG Mobile started. So that is something I'm going to be standing by. And a huge shout out to all of you beautiful people for joining into the live stream. There are tons of things which are going to be happening, so stay tuned and also participate in the giveaway, because we are giving two lucky winners of today's live stream 600 UC cash each. And if you don't know how to participate in that, go ahead and check the links down in the description below, so you know how to participate and also equip yourself with a chance to win that 600 UC cash. And also a huge shout out to our sponsors: India Today, PlayStation, SRM University, College Dunia, No Paper Forms, and EGI for sponsoring ISRL. And ISRL is kind of not your run-of-the-mill esport tournament, because the main player base of this tournament is actually school students. Because we have seen a lot of esport tournaments which do focus on college students trying to get a better job into the gaming industry, but we have decided to focus on the school children, because we know that these guys are the next esports stars. And also, young people do play the games a lot more better than us old folk, because they do have the better reaction time. They're more innovative. I'm pretty sure that they get to understand the game in a better perspective than all of us. So we are nurturing these young esports stars to get into the scene. And also, these esports stars are not going to be just getting that recognition. They're also going to be getting a free seat into SRM University. And people who are going to be placing a little bit more higher into the tournament, they are going to be getting that scholarship working out for them. So the giveaway is going to be happening also today. 600 UC cash which you're giving away. And by the way, this is the last stream until the LAN event. So this is your last chance to go ahead and participate and get that 600 UC cash for yourself. So don't skimp out on that. And what you guys can do in the meanwhile, before the game actually starts, is go ahead and give Playtonia's Facebook page a like, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and also follow us on Instagram, because Playtonia as an organization, we are doing a lot of things. Not just PUBG Mobile, not just CSGO, we're also doing a lot of other games also. Dota 2, a bunch of sim racing here and there, FIFA, there's also Tekken 7, a lot of fighting games are also going to be coming up. So if you guys don't really want to miss out on whatever we're doing, go ahead and check out our social media, because that way we'll make sure that you're not missing out on any of that esport goodness. And if you don't want to miss out on any of our future live streams, go ahead and tap the bell icon on our YouTube channel, so you guys get notified whenever we are going live. So without any further ado, we are going to be getting into map number 1 of round number 2, match number 5. So you see it right here, 35 seconds remaining for the game to start, nothing surprising. And, we do see a lot of fancy skins. You just saw the guy wearing that wolf cosplay. That's a really cool thing that PUBG Mobile does, It gives you this immensely wide variety of cosmetic items that you can buy. And those certainly do not break the game of anything, of any kind. They just increase the quality of time that you spend in the game, and that is exactly what a proper game should do, a proper fun game. And also, not to mention that PUBG Mobile is one of the top esports games in the mobile platform. So these guys are doing something right, and you can use this as inspiration for maybe other games to follow up. And I guess we are going to be getting into the game right now. You see the flight path, it is going to start off over at the northwestern side of the map, and it's going to be ending over at docks over at the southeastern side of the map. So, diagonally cutting it from left to right. So, yeah, it's not really going to matter that much the flight path that is, because whatever it happens, we all know that people are going to be landing at these hot drops like boot camp, like maybe even Sami, Paradise Resort, maybe. There are other cities, Hatin. We see one player landing over there. And yeah, Painan is also one of those little settlements that you can go ahead and loot for. And talking about loot, since this is Sandhawk, you do get a lot of guns. You don't really have to search for them a lot, unlike Erangel and Miramar, where you would be lucky for yourself to get an N416, but in Sandhawk you probably get that left, right, and center. So we are going to be taking a look over at boot camp. It seems like there are 4 people in the general area, 3 people in the boot camp directly, while one player is going to be at garage. Coming back into ruins, we actually see X Predator is going to be getting that kill onto one person. So 29 people alive, one person already went down, and it looks like there is still one more person inside of ruins. And it looks like Predator is gonna keep a keen eye. I think he hears that noise. He's just gonna be changing his position. Meanwhile, somewhere around the map, we see Prajwil also going down. So 28 people alive as of now. And we do see Predator. He is gonna get spotted out. It looks like even though he was picking up that loot from the ground, he still did manage to have that little bit more time to react to that push being made by his opponent, and manages to get that kill. The hip fire and did work out in his favor. It would have been pretty sad if he went ADS, because he would have had to, turn around completely and try to get that kill. And it looks like Predator is gonna be having ruins all for himself. Meanwhile, coming back into boot camp, actually we see 2 people over at the garages. A little bit towards boot camp, and it looks like Wingless Bird will be able to get that kill with a grenade, and that is a good idea, because the only gun you have is a Tommy gun, and it's not really an ideal weapon to use. So using the grenades to its fullest potential is a really good idea. And we do see him swap out that M16A4 for a QBZ. Nothing really surprising right there. There is also a scope which he can use on one of these guns, so he can make sure that he is going to be equipped for long range fights. Meanwhile, into this little settlement right here, we see God Gotsk. Okay, that is his name, I guess. He is gonna be spotted out by Devesh right here. It looks like Devesh is taking his time trying to bait out God to actually come towards him, and it looks like God is going to get a little bit closer towards him, but it looks like he's not yet spotted him out. But no, he has spotted him out, and it looks like he is gonna turn around, get out of his vehicle, and get that kill onto Devesh. So that is going to be one more person going down, and this is certainly a more eventful match than the previous 4 matches, because we already see a lot of kills happening during the early phases of the game. And the only thing which I do hate about bootcamp is the fact that once people do manage to get that comfort zone, they don't really leave out of bootcamp until the zone forces them out. But maybe we can see things getting a little bit more different in this game, at least, because people are being a little bit more proactive in this game, and it looks like one player has already started to make a little bit of noise over at bootcamp. Meanwhile, we will see over at this area, this city right here, there is going to be around 3 people. One player is actually on top of those hills, so I can't really count it in. That is going to be Hackro. Okay, yeah, that is going to be Hackro, and one more player that who's going to be occupying that city with him. Meanwhile, Bootcamp is going to have Wingless Bird, who got that kill with a grenade. There's going to be Dark Devil. There is going to be Sharma 227 also. So, it looks like Wingless Bird is going to be circling around Bootcamp while Dark Devil is going to be occupied over at the central building. It looks like Sharma's position has been spotted out already. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, we actually see a stranger. He is going to be able to spot out a player, riding that motorcycle. Is going to try to get that kill, and it looks like he just might be able to, but it looks like he is missing a lot of those shots, and it looks like the guy on the motorcycle will be able to escape with life stuck to his body, because it looks like he is in a better position. Meanwhile, it looks like Wingless Bird has also spotted out Sharma 227's position, so he is pretty much sandwiched right there between Dark Devil and Wingless Bird right now, and it looks like Wingless Bird does not have any grenades to work with. Maybe if he did, he could throw it inside and probably hope for the best. Sharma 227, he is getting a little bit low right now, so we might just expect him to get killed by either one of these players trying to make a move. But it looks like Wingless Bird also needs to be careful, because once he gets that kill onto Sharma 227, he will have Dark Devil to worry about, because Dark Devil is in a position where he can get the kill on both of these players if they do get a little bit more careless. So one more player does fall down, and that is going to be 23 people alive. Sharma 227 being stuck into this three-story building right there. While Dark Devil is going to be getting onto the ground floor of the main building, while Wingless Bird is going to be changing his position a little bit more, just trying to make that push happen. But it looks like Wingless Bird is gonna give up on that and probably try to go for some more loot. What he probably needs right now is a grenade, so if he does manage to get one, he can probably just turn back to his position, throw a grenade onto the first floor, and maybe hope for the best. But it looks like Wingless Bird, though, he is trying to just go for the loot, but little does he know that there is going to be one more player. That is going to be Kakarot 080, who's going to be camping in one of these buildings. So if Wingless Bird is going to be making a reckless move, it is going to be punished by Kakarot. So he needs to be careful about that. But it depends on what Kakarot is doing also, because if Kakarot does prematurely reveal his position, that might just be Wingless Bird getting the kill, because Wingless Bird, it seems like he has the advantage when it comes to equipment. He has that M416, has that AKM, also the level 3 helmet to boot. Just a level 2 vest, but I think that is supposed to do the job anyway, so I wouldn't be really surprised if he comes out as a victor if these two guys actually take a fight. But I don't think the fight is going to happen anytime soon. Wingless Bird is going to be making a move a little bit towards the player's position right there. But it looks like on the other side, Halo is going to be able to get the kill onto one more player. So this is looking to be quite an eventful game. Wingless Bird, he's just trying to make a little bit more noise, just try to flush out Sharma 227 from getting out of his building. But it looks like Sharma 227, his location has been spotted out. Wingless Bird is going to be cooking up a grenade. He's going to be priming that up and throwing that inside, probably going to be a kill. And no, it is not a kill, but it looks like Sharma 227 is going to be low enough though. So Wingless Bird is going to be climbing on top of this building, trying to get a better position so he can get the kill onto Sharma 227. But he also needs to be careful about Dark Devil over towards his right side, and also Kakarot right behind him. So let's actually see how this is going to be working out. If I was Wingless Bird, I would probably vault inside of the window in the first floor and then maybe try to make a move. But it looks like Wingless Bird is going to be getting on top, but he is getting shot at by Kakarot, so he will have to change his position. He gets into this building, thank the Lord, so he is going to be in a better position. It does not look like he has taken any damage onto his armor, so I guess if he is going to be, fully healed up, he should be sorted out right now. Meanwhile, Wingless Bird, he's going to be going for that full boost, while Sharma 227 is still going to be sandwiched over at that side. And maybe, since Wingless Bird knows that people are going to be there behind of his position, maybe he can circle around towards his left and try to get the kill onto Sharma 227. Meanwhile, we do see over at the edge of the zone right here, Toxic's Doom is going to be in a little bit of a pickle, because right next to the building in the settlement is going to be one more player, and let's see if he can get that kill. That is going to be Spencer, and Spencer is on the outside of this building though, and it looks like Doom is aware that one person might be here, but it seems like he is playing this a little bit more recklessly. And I don't really know if that is a good idea or not. Meanwhile, we do see veteran Tate he is going to be on top of that hill. I don't know if it's Tati or Tata, so excuse me for that. I guess it is quite hard to read all of those little texts since he's so goddamn far away. Meanwhile, we do see Spencer versus Toxic, which might happen anytime soon. We'll just keep an eye over there. But it looks like most of the action is going to be happening over at boot camp. Wingless Bird has healed up to his full HP, and he does get that pick onto Sharma 227, gets that kill. And it looks like that was a really costly mistake that he has done. And Wingless Bird is going to be changing his position. He's probably going to go for the loot. It is going to be quite a little bit more safer because he is covered by all the buildings right there. Probably going to give him a lot more cover than he was out into the open. Meanwhile, the second airdrop of the game is going to be landing right next to Paradise Resort, while the first one did land a little bit closer towards boot camp. So it looks like all of these players might be potential candidates to claim that loot right there. Meanwhile, Wingless Bird will be able to spot out Dark Devil's position, and it looks like Dark Devil, he might be in a little bit of a situation because there is also going to be Predator who's going to be making his way towards boot camp. But it looks like Kakarot has a very keen eye onto Wingless Bird's position. He is trying to make those shots, but little does he know that Wingless Bird has already changed position. It looks like he's not really spotted. He just caught a glimpse of it and just assumed Wingless Bird to be there for a while, but it looks like that is not going to be the case. And Kakarot 080, he knows that he's made a bunch of mistakes, so he's probably going to be changing his position. But Wingless Bird, he is scoping at the right place, but it looks like Kakarot has made his way outside of that building. And Wingless Bird is just going to be waiting and seeing patiently for him to make the move because the zone is going to be clipping boot camp by half. And if he is going to be getting into a better position, probably he can make it a little bit deeper into the game. Meanwhile, it looks like Doom versus Spencer, a fight which we have been waiting for, has not yet happened because Spencer has changed his position, has made his way onto the sentry tower, while Doom is going to be sitting there at the edge of the zone inside one of these buildings. So, both of these players will have to make a move anytime soon. And it looks like Wingless Bird from Bootcamp will be the first person to make a move right now. Nothing really surprising right there. He needs to make it ASAP so he does not get into a bad position. So he's just going to be vaulting over. He knows that Dark Devil is going to be in the main building of Bootcamp, so he is keeping an eye over there. Meanwhile, we do see Doom. He is going to be circling around. Actually, gets into one of the vehicles, so he can get that movement going for him. So he can get a little bit deeper inside of the zone. But I guess Doom is not really into that. Okay, he does have the vehicle, but he's not really trying to make a move. He's just trying to loot out all of these buildings right here. But no, once he's done, he's just going to be going over onto that bike and just making sure that he gets a little bit deeper inside of the zone. Meanwhile, Wingless Bird, he is looking to be in a good position. I believe he has spotted out Dark Devil's position, but it looks like Dark Devil also knows that Wingless Bird is going to be peeking in from that angle. So both of them are going to be, playing that third perspective game right there. And it looks like Wingless Bird has spotted out Dark Devil's position. I don't think he has a grenade to work with. He's going to be changing his position from car to car, trying to get a better angle onto Dark Devil's position, but Wingless Bird also needs to be careful about other players who are going to be in the same area. Meanwhile, Viraj Paryani is going to be getting into a little bit of a fight versus Atishay right there, and it looks like Atishay is going to be in a bad position. The grenades are going to get thrown down by Viraj right there, not really doing anything. There is, two trees right in between them, so he can probably make the most of the situation if he threw the grenade from a better angle. That looks like that is not going to be the case. Meanwhile, Wingless Bird did take a little bit more damage, so he is going to be changing his position. Meanwhile, Kakarot 080 is going to be getting the kill onto Dark Devil, and Kakarot's position has also gotten revealed, so Wingless Bird probably needs to change his position. I don't know why the hell you're looking at this direction. This is not going to be working out in your favor, but no, he does manage to find out Hacker's position, and he also figures out that Kakarot 080 is also going to be there in the general direction, so he changes and tries to go for the kill onto Kakarot, but no, Kakarot has gone inside of this building, and Wingless Bird will be able to spot him out right there. And it looks like Wingless Bird might be in a better position. He just needs to vault in and probably throw a grenade or something, but he is going to be there going with his AK-47, is going to probably be able to get the kill on Kakarot 080, but no, he is missing a lot of these shots, but he will be able to get the kill on the Kakarot, and that is going to be one more kill going his way. Probably the grenades which Kakarot had is also going to be going in his favor. He's going to be going for the healing right there, and the zone is going to be a little bit further away, but since this is the second zone which is happening, sorry, the third zone which is happening, it's not not going to be dealing as much damage as it did in the later stages. Meanwhile, Toxic Doom, who actually made his way a little bit deeper inside of the zone through that motorcycle, will be in a safe position. But there are three people in his closest vicinity, so he needs to keep an eye onto that. Meanwhile, Wingless Bird is gonna have to sprint over out into the open, while he does need to handle the Hackro right there. But he does manage to spot out Hackro a little bit before Hackro spotted out Wingless Bird, so he is gonna be getting the kill. So that is 4 kills in total for Wingless Bird, and he seems to have a very narrow path towards the zone, and he probably will be able to make it if he does not make a lot of mistakes and tries to take a fight where he cannot win or something like that. But it does look like, the zone is a little bit further away from his position, so he needs to make his play at ASAP. Meanwhile, Viraj is aware of Atishay's position, because both of these guys were actually getting into a little bit of a fight. So, maybe one of those players might just go down. Meanwhile, Wingless Bird is going to be able to get inside of. Okay, he does manage to spot out the loot crate right there. He's going to be swapping out his damaged level 3 vest for a fresh level 2 one. So that is a good decision, the fact that he decided to do that. Meanwhile, we do see Spencer is gonna be running out into the open, and Doom is gonna. Okay, I don't think Doom is aware of Spencer's position, and Spencer is gonna be getting on to that motorcycle, just trying to get a little bit deeper inside of the zone. Meanwhile, Paradise Resort, I guess the party has shifted from boot camp to Paradise Resort, as we see Predator. He's gonna be taking a little bit of damage from Stranger right there. Spencer is gonna be moving away from Toxic Doom's position, and it looks like everyone is just minding their own business, just trying to get a little bit deeper inside of the zone, trying to get that better positioning. So later on, when the zone does decide to screw them up from behind, they can probably fight it out with more vigor. And it looks like Predator and a Stranger are going to be getting into a fight once again. And it looks like Stranger is not really aware of Predator's position, while Predator should be aware of his position right here. Meanwhile, we do see Spartan. He is gonna be spotted out behind the tree, and it looks like the grenades are gonna get primed up by Viraj right there. And he will throw that and get the kill on a Spartan. So that is one more kill going his way. Meanwhile, we do see Wingless Bird and Stranger. They are going to be in close vicinity. So, both of these guys, if they do spot each other out, that is going to be quite hard for them to deal with. Predator is going to be forced to go forward. Meanwhile, we do see Toxic Doom is going to be taken down by God right there. So, things are looking to be a little bit better. Wingless Bird is going to be making his way towards the zone. I believe he is already inside of the zone, not really taking a lot of damage. And a Stranger, he has, scored the mine right here, the loot mine, and he will be getting more 5.56 weapons than he can handle. Meanwhile, Rohan is gonna have 2 kills, and he also has that AUG to work with, AUG and an M24, so he can probably make the most of the situation. Meanwhile, a Stranger is gonna be scuffling his way towards the zone, and Wingless Bird is going to be there. So a Stranger needs to be careful. He probably needs to run with the cover right in front of him. He's gonna be looking towards his right and left side, just making sure that he does not get spotted out or get caught out in a bad situation. Meanwhile, Wingless Bird, though, he looks to be in a peach of a situation himself. Rohan, he is gonna be there with that ghillie suit, so I guess things are looking a lot better for him. And Tatmog is going to be where all these players are going to converge. Meanwhile, Predator is going to be able to get that kill onto Vijay right there. Sorry, Vinay right there, and that is going to be a one more kill going down, one more player going down, and only 13 people are going to be left alive. And look at the map right here. Everybody is going to be at very close vicinity, and we do see 2 people are going to be at that little settlement, and that is something you need to keep in mind. Meanwhile, we do see Rohan. He has taken a fair amount of damage. He does manage to spot out Juicy's position, so maybe he can try to get that pick and get that kill. Meanwhile, Wingless Bird gets the 5th kill of his game by getting one more kill. He does manage to spot out Tata right there, and he is trying to look for the kill. Tata is gonna be moving onto the other side of the building, but it looks like Wingless Bird has people to worry about right behind him, and he is trying to change his position. Meanwhile, Rohan is gonna be getting the kill onto Juicy. Nothing really surprising right there. Juicy was running towards him like an idiot, and his position was getting revealed quite easily. Meanwhile, we do see Tata, his position is looking to be quite bad. And if Winglesbird throws down a grenade or something, he might be able to get that kill. But no, Winglesbird is just trying to bait him out, bait him to come out of that place right there. Meanwhile, it does look like Tata is going to be able to get that kill on a Stranger. And Winglesbird is going to try to get that kill onto Tata. But no, Tata will be able to turn around and get that kill. He needs to get out of the buggy and make his way. But no, the play zone is going to be able to claim one more life. And 7 people are going to be left alive. Make that 6 as Rohan is going to get killed right there by one more player. And this is looking to be quite a hard game, quite an eventful game. As you know, this quite the spread of people happening right now. Predator and KKBYT are going to be at close vicinity, and it looks like Predator is trying to make a move onto KKBYT's position, but it looks like he just missed him by a hair spread. So KKBYT might be having the positional advantage, might have the element of surprise. As we do see Predator, he will be able to get that kill onto KKBYT, and nothing really surprising right there. Both of these players, the fight was bound to happen, and it looks like Predator is in the best situation out of all the people right now because he is inside of the zone. Meanwhile, Pro Punjabi and the rest of the people around him are not really. As we do see Atishay, he is going to be able to get that kill onto Pro Punjabi. So we are left with just 4 people alive. Predator is going to be at clipping the edge of the zone. So not Skidrow actually. It's going to be Shizdo. I mean, I guess these guys are just messing with me right here. He's gonna be throwing down that smoke, just trying to make sure that he has a good route of escape, not really, giving his enemies a lot of vision. But it does look like Shizdo is going to be aware of Atishay's position. Atishay, though, he is not looking to be in a good position. And we do see Predator, he is going to be trying to go for the loot, and he will be able to get as much as possible. Has that really damaged level 2 vest. Swapping out for a level 1 at this point would be a much better idea than trying to roll with that really damaged level 3 one. Meanwhile, we do see Shizdo. He's also going to be inside of the zone. He's going to be keeping an eye on to Atishay right there. We'll be able to spot him out. I guess Shizdo might be able to get that kill onto Atishay, but Atishay has gotten a bunch of cover behind those rocks, so not going to be surprised if he's going to be surviving a little bit later on into the game. But it does look like Predator, he's in a good position. He has a lot of cover to work with. He has those buildings, but with the buildings does come the risk that if someone does throw a grenade, you're probably gonna die. So he needs to keep that one in mind, and it looks like it is the zone is completely forsaken the rest of the people, and only Shizdo is going to be inside of the zone. So the rest of the people, they will have to make their move a little bit deeper inside of the zone, while Shizdo is getting a little bit more impatient. Is going to be throwing down the grenade onto God's position, but that is not going to be doing anything other than revealing his own position. So we do see the play being made by God right there. He is going to be inching a little bit closer towards the zone. Now, meanwhile, the rest of the people, they are also going to be doing the same. The only thing which can actually change this matter is if, Predator will be able to get that kill on the God right there. Shizdo is going to be in a peach of a situation. God is going to be running towards the smoke, just going prone inside of that. So maybe if Shizdo is going to be throwing down a grenade into that smoke area, might be able to get that kill. But it does look like Atishay is going to get spotted out by Shizdo right there. And he has taken tons of damage right now, so he needs to be careful about that. Maybe a grenade being thrown by Shizdo will be able to get that kill, and I think he also has the same idea. Meanwhile, God will be able to get that kill onto Predator right now, and it looks like God is gonna be clipped by the zone in a little bit, and it looks like Atishay has moved a little bit more forward, and it looks like he is trying to take a fight against Shizdo right now, but it looks like Shizdo is gonna get spotted out by God. And Atishay's position has been revealed already, so the M249 coming from God is going to be working out in his favor. But it looks like God, he has managed to spot it out Atishay right there, and he has 4 grenades to work with, so he can just lob them down right there and try to hope for the best, and he might be able to get that kill onto Atishay. And it looks like the grenade is going to explode behind the tree. And the Molotov, though, that might just not be the case. The Molotov will be able to flush out Atishay from that position. And the Molotov, though, it is going to be a little bit off the mark. And it looks like the grenade throwing attempts coming up from God is not really working out in his favor. The grenade is going to land behind Atishay right there. And the M249 spam coming up from God is going to be able to secure that kill and also secure that chicken dinner. And God ends it with 6 kills, man. So This guy is on a roll, and this is a very huge lead that he has over all of these other players. Over in second place, we have Atishay with a mere 1 kill, Shisto also with 1, Predator with a commendable 5 kills, Pro Punjabi with a shameful 0, KKPYT with a shameful 0 also. And over at 7th, 8th, and 9th place are actually people who put up a lot of efforts to get those kills. So we have Rohan with 3, Tate with 2 kills, and Wingless Bird with 5. So that's about it, ladies and gentlemen. That is map number 1 of this round number 4, match number 5 of PUBG Mobile ISRL. So we are going to be calculating these points based on how many kills they got and their positioning in the game. So we will be getting back to you guys with that score before map number 2 starts. But before that, what you guys can do is go ahead and participate in the giveaway, because once the cumulative map 3 is ended, we'll actually be announcing the winners of the giveaway. So you don't really have a lot of times to work with, and this is only going to be valid through the course of the stream. So go ahead and participate in that, and if you don't know how to, go ahead and check the links down in the description below. So you guys are going to be well equipped to participate and also avail yourself a chance to win that free 600 UC cash. And it's not just going to be for one person, so 2 lucky winners will be getting that. So the more the merrier, and things are looking to be quite good as of now. The first map already, it has been looking quite eventful. So before map number 2 starts, what you guys can do is grab yourself a bunch of popcorn, strap on your seatbelts, and get yourselves ready, because PUBG Mobile as of now, round 4 match number 5 is looking to be a lot more eventful than the previous 4 matches which actually happened. So I'm pretty stoked to cast these myself, and a huge shout out to all of you beautiful people who are going to be watching this stream. And also don't forget to participate in the giveaway. Also like us on our social media, like us on our Facebook page, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and follow us on Instagram. And also a huge shout out to our sponsors: India Today, PlayStation, SRM University, Playtonia, No Paper Forms, and EGI. Thank you for hosting this event right here. And this is going to be Oldbear, also known as Siddarth Prashanth, and I'm going to be signing off for just a little while before match number 2 starts.
Hiding in the dark, but we can see it through the lens that is catching us. So don't let it go. Get up to see me fall. We are standing in 2 time zones all at once. Can't take hold. Our minds are far apart, but we don't need to talk. SRL, ENT, we don't need our words to speak. SRL, ENT, let your body set you free. SRL, ENT, follow me, I'll take the lead. We don't need our words to speak.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Oldbear, also known as Siddharth Prashanth, and we are going to be getting into map number 2 of this best of 3 series. And this is round number 2, match number 5. So, this is going to be the last match of round number 2, and we are going to be seeing we're going to be proceeding towards the next round, which is probably going to be the final round. So, go ahead and check out our Facebook page to know more about this event. This is ISRL PUBG Mobile, and we are going to be seeing a lot of things happening in this map, particularly because the previous one, map number 1, we did see a slight change of gameplay compared to all the rest of the matches, because most of the matches back then it was a lot more passive, but this one it was a lot more aggressive, a lot more fast paced, a lot more rewarding, a lot more fun to watch. So we are going to be seeing how these guys actually placed after the map number 1, because the stats are going to be there. We will be seeing the point leaderboard in a bit, and let's actually see how that is going to be going on. And over at first place, it is going to be it's KK with 130 points, so that is a 20-point lead compared to Predator X in second place with 110 points. Meanwhile, we see Bond version 007 with 100 points over third place. Shizdo over at fourth with 95 points. Mad X Rohan is going to be there at fifth place with 85 points. Wingless Bird also with 85 points. Pro Punjabi with 80 points, while KKB and the veteran are going to be sharing that 75 points. As Swastik, who actually got 10th place, is going to be over at 10th place with 55 points, so nothing really surprising right there. And the only thing I am quite worried about is the fact that the lowest amount of points here is actually 55, because I believe in yesterday's match it was not exactly the case. The lowest point over a top 10 was around 70 points or something like that. So it is a stark difference, and I would probably put that towards how many kills he actually got in the game, which happened to be 0. So if you want to get yourself that little bit of an oomph to actually place yourself a little bit better inside of the tournament, go ahead and try to take as many fights as possible, especially if you're doing that bad in map number 1, because map number 2 and map number 3 can totally write your story for the rest of the tournament. And we are going to be getting into map number 2 in a little bit, 50 seconds remaining. But before the game starts, what you guys can do is go ahead and participate in the giveaway, because we are going to be giving away 2 lucky winners 600 UC cash each. And if you don't know how to participate in that, go ahead and check the links down in the description below. And a huge shout out to our sponsors: India Today, PlayStation, SRM University, College Dunia, No Paper Forms, and EGI. Thank you guys for actually helping us out in the tournament. And we are going to be getting into match number 2. And also, while you're there seeing the live stream, go ahead and give us a like on our Facebook page, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and also follow us on Instagram, because we are doing a lot of esport things, and you guys really don't want to miss out on that. And whenever we go live, if you actually miss out on a lot of our live streams, go ahead and tap that bell icon on our YouTube channel so you guys get notified whenever we are going live. As we are going to be going live with map number 2 right now. So 23 people, and we are going to be seeing the flight path. It is going to be focused over at the northern side of the map. It is going to be starting a little bit close to Harton, and it's going to be ending over near Camp Bravo. So it is a peculiar flight path, so not a lot of the southern part of the map is going to be covered by a bunch of players. Maybe if they get a vehicle or something, they can probably go ahead and do that, but I don't think that is going to be the case. We do see a lot of people majorly landing near Camp Alpha towards the northern side. We do see one person getting on top of this hill trying to get that loot, and he probably will be able to get that high ground advantage also. That is going to be Hari Om. Okay, this guy is he's a devote, if I can say so myself, but you can't really complain about that. People have their own taste, not really mine, but I guess he can probably get a better position because he landed on top of this hill. There is also that motorcycle right in front of him, which he can use to better position himself if he seems to be getting into a pickle. And it looks like gun wise, this guy is not doing that well. And talking about doing well, we do see the usual crew landing over at bootcamp. We have Wingless Bird, Spencer, who actually did not land at bootcamp during map number 1, but right now he's decided otherwise. Lands over at bootcamp, just looting that building over at the side. Meanwhile, we do see the central building not really occupied just yet. Meanwhile, we do see a stranger and AJ Walker getting into a little bit of a fight. I believe both of these players are aware of each other's position. Well, a stranger, he's just gonna try to open up the door, try to get that kill, but it looks like both of these guys are going to be in a little bit of a stalemate until the first person makes the move. And it looks like AJ Walker, he is gonna be shifting over to the other side of the door. And we do see the first melee kill of this game. Shadow is gonna be going down to one player, so that is gonna be one player going down. And it looks like a stranger, he is in a little bit of a pickle. He does not have a window over onto the other building, which he can actually see through. So it's not really a good position for him to be in. While AJ Walker, he is going to be rotating around. Let's see if he's gonna get spotted out by Stranger, or if Stranger is gonna be getting killed by AJ Walker. So, things are looking to be quite a stalemate between both of these guys. And the Stranger does not really have a lot of armor to work with. He only has a UMP. I believe AJ Walker probably has a little bit more than that. So he's probably in a better situation. Meanwhile, getting back into boot camp, we see Spartan is going to be looting all of these outer buildings over at boot camp, trying to make his way towards Spencer's position. I believe he should be aware of Spencer's position, because when you're landing, that is probably the first thing you do. Spot out the people. Meanwhile, we see God. He is going to be taking a lot of damage from Hackro. Hackro is going to be trying to make the push happen right now, because God is going to be a little bit low. Meanwhile, we see Spartan. He is making his move on top of this building. Spencer is going to be onto the third floor on the terrace building, and if he does make his way towards that, he probably will be able to get that kill pretty easily. And look at Spartan. I don't know why he's like proning around while Spencer is going to be on top of the building. And you'll only be able to see what's going to be happening once one of these players actually moves forward. But it does look like Spartan, he knows that there might be a player on top of this building, because Wingless Bird is trying to take that fight towards the player who is on top. So if Wingless Bird is going to be getting that kill, Spartan will be getting that information that Spencer will be there. But it looks like Wingless Bird will be able to get that kill onto Spencer. The Molotov, just closing him downstairs. Meanwhile, Spartan though, he is going to be in a little bit of a pickle also. It looks like Spartan is looking at the wrong direction. Wingless Bird only has a level 1 helmet to work with, so he's not really doing that good. But if he does get information that there is one more player inside of this building, he probably will have a better chance, because he can, go ahead, try to loot a grenade or something, throw it in, and hopefully, try to get that kill. Meanwhile, we do see Wingless Bird. Once again, he has that M4, and I believe that is actually two M4s coming in his favor. Meanwhile, we do see Spartan. He is going to be getting on top of this building, and let's actually see if Wingless Bird is going to be getting that angle on to Spartan, because I believe Wingless Bird has spotted out Spartan's position, and it looks like Spartan is going to be a little bit more reckless. And Wingless Bird, he is running around, and it seems like he has spotted out Spartan's position right now. Spartan's going to be hiding inside of that building right there. He's going to be going for that first aid kit. I don't think Wingless Bird has a grenade to work with. Maybe if he did, he probably will be able to get that kill pretty easily on a Spartan, but Spartan is going to jump out onto the other side of that building, and I don't think Wingless Bird is going to be aware of the situation until Spartan makes a move. And it looks like Spartan is going to be getting onto the terrace area, at least try to get a better angle onto Wingless Bird. But Wingless Bird is going to be in a better situation. Meanwhile, Hagro on the other side is going to be getting the kill onto Vinay right now. So 19 people are alive, and the first zone has not even closed out yet. So that is going to be something we need to keep in mind, because once the zone is going to be closing in, all of these people who are just camping around boot camp will probably be forced to change their position. And it looks like Spartan is going to be looting over at the main building of boot camp right now. And let's actually see if Wingless Bird is going to be trailing him or something like that. I still think that Wingless Bird assumed that Spartan might be inside of the building he was previously in, but Spartan is not really. He has changed his position, and Wingless Bird does not really want to give a damn about that. He's just going to be moving in with that M416, trying to get that kill. Meanwhile, we do see the first drop of the game, which is going to be having an AUG and an extended quick draw mag. it's going to land into the waters between Harton and the uh, eastern side of the island. Meanwhile, we do see AJ Walker and Atishay. They're probably going to potentially get into a fight, but AJ Walker does not have a good amount of guns to work with. He only has a Vector and a UMP, and he is making his way towards that position. He has opened a bunch of doors, so he probably has given a lot of information, a lot of sound information. But it does look like Atishay is going to reveal his position right now, and AJ Walker, he can try to give chase to Atishay and probably get the kill, but it looks like he's hesitated to a little bit too much, and his position is probably going to be a little bit more stagnant. And it looks like Atishay does not really give a damn. He's just going to be making his way a little bit deeper inside of the zone, while AJ Walker, he's going to be left alone over at the settlement, just, assuming that there is still one more player in one of these buildings. And if he's still going to be camping over here, it is going to be quite sad if he's going to be caught unawares. And things are not looking that good for him. Also, he only has level 1 gear throughout and does not have a first aid kit. He only has bandages and not even a boost to spare. He has used his first boost right now, probably going to be healing up to full HP. Meanwhile, Dark Devil with that S12K. That is probably the first shotgun kill of our live stream, because we've not really seen a lot of those. And we do see Dark Devil, he is going to be claiming that loot for himself, has decent gear, so you can, expect him to get a little bit deeper into the game. While the Zone 2 has come out right now, and it does not look like AJ Walker is inside of that. Meanwhile, God is going to be rotating around into these garages, and he needs to keep an eye on to PK because he is into this adjacent building, and if God is going to be running into that a little bit recklessly, that is going to be quite sad. And it looks like God is running around a little bit more recklessly, just trying to get as much loot as possible. And if he is going to be caught unawares, that is going to be quite sad, as we do see PK. I believe he is aware of God's position. He can probably try to get a kill pretty easily if he tried, but I don't think, that might just be a good idea. Meanwhile, over at bootcamp once more, we see Wingless Bird. I think he is aware of Spartan's position, so I guess this is like a role reversal, because I believe Wingless Bird was in the same position that Spartan was when he actually got the kill, and the grenade is going to be there from Spartan, and that's actually going to be getting the kill onto Wingless Bird, so he's getting eliminated from this map pretty early on. That's quite surprising. I did not expect that to happen. Meanwhile, God is going to be getting a little bit closer towards PK's position. I believe he has spotted him out, has that M16A4 to work with that 4X, and he is trying to look for a good angle to get that kill onto PK. He's going to be going a little bit forward, and yeah, I think he does see the muzzle of PK right there. He's going to be swapping out for a grenade. Yes, he is. He's going to be priming up that grenade right now. Is going to be throwing it inside. And let's see if that is going to be able to get that kill. Hawk PK, though, he is going to be peeking at the wrong time. He should have probably made his move, but he doesn't, and he gets killed by God Sick. And sorry, it's not God Sick, it's God It's Okay. Okay, that is my bad. He does manage to get that kill, and he's probably going to be claiming all of that loot to himself, probably getting an upgrade over that M16A4. That is what I would want personally, and it looks like he is just trying to do that. Meanwhile, you do see the second airdrop of the game is going to contain that M249, and it is going to be a little bit towards the eastern side of boot camp. And things are looking to get heated up. As you saw, the zone right there is going to be focused onto the northern side. Meanwhile, we do see God, I guess the noise that he made by trying to get that kill, he has alerted Juicy of his position, and God is trying to, figure it out. I believe he might have heard the noise being made by Juicy. Well, God is going to be getting onto the other side of the building, and if God is aware, I believe he is in the best position right now. But if he does run out of this building a little bit recklessly, he might get spotted out by Juicy, and he might get killed. But it looks like he is gonna be third-person perspective scanning over the area, and I don't really know if it is going to be a bad idea or not. But it looks like God It's Okay. He's gonna be making a lot of noise, and he is forcing Juicy to make a move. But Juicy is not really making a lot of noise, because he is, prone, and he is probably going to be pretty hard to spot out. And God, he is going to be making a move towards one of these garages. I believe he is going to get shot at any time right now. He is going to get spotted out. No. Okay, he does manage to spot out God right there. And it looks like he is trying to go for the kill. But no, I believe God has also spotted him out. And it looks like a lot of bot shots happening from Juicy right here. Juicy needs to change his position. But no, Juicy is getting shot at by God right now. And God, he is trying to move forward. And Juicy has a Core 98K to work with, but I don't know how much of a good idea that is. And he is going to be able to heal up right there. He has that level 3 helmet and that level 2 vest, I believe. So God is in looking to be in a good position. But he probably needs to change his position as of now, because if Juicy is going to be staying here for a while, he's probably going to review his position or something. Meanwhile, we do see Seniors PLGYT. He's also going to be in the vicinity of those players, but God is not going to be having any of that. He's just going to be making his way towards the other side, getting a little bit deeper inside of the zone. And I don't think that Juicy is going to be aware of God's rotation. And God really doesn't need to worry about getting a bunch of kills, because I believe he already has a good placement into the tournament. And he can just try to survive a little bit more, and he'll probably be able to sort it out. And we see Prajwal right here with an AK and a level 1 helmet and a slight contrasting level 3 vest right there. And he's just prone crawling around, and it does not look like his position is going to be spotted out that easily. Meanwhile, Spartan, though, he will be able to spot out Atishay right next to him, and he can try to look for a kill, but it looks like Atishay is going to be moving a little bit forward, and it looks like he is going to get spotted out by Spartan right now. Spartan is trying to look for the kill, but the trigger patience coming in from Spartan is probably going to spare his life and his position, because if he does manage to shoot out, he's probably going to reveal his position to all of the players who are around him. And a good decision being made by Spartan right there is probably going to be taking him a little bit deeper into the game. Meanwhile, Atishay, who actually drove that tuk-tuk, his position is going to be revealed, and it looks like Yemcat PUBG is gonna spot him out and probably knows his location. If he had a grenade or something, he can probably throw it down and get that kill onto Atishay, but I don't think he's willing to reveal his position as much. Atishay is going to be able to heal up right now, is probably going to be going for the boost. Meanwhile, MCAT PUBG is going to be changing his position. He's also, I feel like if he had a better gun, he probably would have been able to get that kill onto Atishay, but sadly that was not the case, and Atishay is going to be firing randomly over at those dogs, thinking that the fire actually came from there, but it looks like MCAT PUBG has already changed his position, and it looks like he might be in a better position as of now, and he might be able to get that kill onto Atishay, because Atishay is not really looking at the left hand side. And meanwhile, Dark Devil is going to be able to spot out one player right there, right in front of him. Atishay, though, he is going to be throwing down that smoke and making a move towards the zone, and I don't think he's going to be getting killed, and that's a good decision from him, because he did not have that advantage versus MCAT PUBG. And since he is going to be moving a little bit deeper inside of the zone, he's probably going to be living to tell the tale another day. And it looks like Atishay, though, he might run into Spartan, who, by the way, Spartan did initially manage to spot out Atishay as he was moving with that tuk-tuk. And meanwhile, Hackro, his location already getting spotted out by Devil. He is trying to look for a kill. Meanwhile, KB is going to be able to get that kill with that AUG onto one of these players. So 15 people are going to be left alive. Meanwhile, MGAT PUBG is going to be camping behind these rocks right there. There is going to be a player towards his right hand side, Atishay right towards his front. Predator, who is the player closest, not really the closest, but player who is the imminent threat to him. Meanwhile, another guy also goes down, so that is going to be just 14 people alive at map number 2. So this game is getting a lot more eventful than it was, and we might just see a lot more kills happening anytime soon. Right now, Dark Devil is going to be at the edge of the zone, and it looks like MGAT PUBG, he just missed a guy, missed the guy who was right in front of him, Atishay, who was moving towards his right, and it looks like he knows it right now. He's just trying to scan the environment with that 2x on the UMP. Meanwhile, Toxic Doom with 0 kills, he is trying to make his way a little bit forward. Meanwhile, God is going to be able to get that kill onto one more player, so 13 people are alive right now. And the zone is looking to be quite spread out. There are a bunch of hills, there are a lot of trees that you can take cover in, also a lot of boulders which you can use to your advantage. Meanwhile, Virusi talking to him, he's going to be able to spot out Devesh right there. Devesh is going to be going down, so that is already one more person going down, and 12 people are going to be alive. Spartan is going to be making his way towards the edge of the zone, and he needs to be careful about Atishay because he is the closest person towards him. And if he does manage to, get the kill onto Atishay, that is probably going to be for his best interest. But it does not look like Spartan is keeping an eye over there, and he is crawling over there. And I don't think that Atishay has also spotted out the Spartan's position. Spartan, though, he is going to be in a relatively good position. Meanwhile, Rohan is going to be getting the kill onto Hari Om with that QBU. That is the first QBU kill which I have seen personally, not just in the tournament, but in general, that is. And we are going to be looking at a grenade getting lobbed down by Atishay towards the general location of Spartan. But it looks like that actually revealed his position to Spartan, and Spartan does manage to get that kill, not without taking too much damage, but that's not a lot to deal with. He can probably, just boost it up and probably be good for the game. Meanwhile, the drop is going to have an M249 and all the level 3 gear, and the player who is closest to that is going to be KKBYT, I believe. Meanwhile, Juicy is going to be stuck into one of these buildings. There is going to be player number 6, Hackro, who's going to be very close by. And look at what Hackro is doing. I don't know why the hell he is lobbing down a grenade right now. Maybe if he shoots down the door over near that building, he probably might have a better chance of throwing down that Molotov and try to get that kill onto Juicy. But I don't think that is going to be the case. He's just going to be waiting for the zone to make the play and the zone to push out all of these players a little bit deeper into the zone. And it does not look like Juicy is going to be venturing out of that building, because that building is going to be inside of that next zone, at least clipping it by half. So not really going to be surprised if he survives that. And Hackro will have other things to worry about later on into the game. So I don't think Juicy is going to be getting killed unless he makes a hasty move, like vaulting out of that building that he is in. Because if he does, that is going to be quite sad. Meanwhile, Hackro does hear a bunch of noise being made by MCAT PUBG, as Spartan is going to be taking a little bit of damage. Nothing too fatal right there. Meanwhile, God does get the kill onto Toxic. Meanwhile, KKBYT is trying to get that kill onto Spartan. He has a ghillie suit to work with, so he is going to be pretty hard to spot out. He does not deal the fatal damage right there, and Spartan will be able to heal up as much as possible. And KKBYT, he's not looking to be inside of the zone, so he probably needs to change his position. Meanwhile, Hackro is going to be proning around, and it looks like God and Juicy are going to be the two players he needs to worry about. While Rohan, he probably looted that thing which is right in front of him. Probably has that M249 for himself, that level 3 gear also. So he's also going to be a force to be reckoned with. Meanwhile, Hakro only has a level 1 helmet and a micro Uzi, so not really an ideal choice of guns. Even though the micro Uzi is going to be pretty vital into close range fights, it's not going to be happening that often. Meanwhile, Rohan is going to be able to get that kill onto KKBYT, so that is probably going to be him going down. And Rohan does not manage to get that medkit out, and he is going to go down to the play zone. That was very sad to watch. I believe if he actually held it in, he might have gotten that heal with the medkit. But I think he panicked a little bit too fast, and that really did not work out in his favor. So that is going to be a lot of level 3 gear going to waste. That is going to be lost to the play zone. Meanwhile, I do believe God is going to keep an eye over near, you know, the player's position. That is going to be Hackro, and it does not look like Hackro wants to make a move. He does not have a lot of gear to work with, so I'm not really going to be surprised. But God does change his position right now. Is going to be keeping an eye onto the settlements towards his left. Meanwhile, MGAT PUBG is also going to be clipping at the edge of the zone. The zone is going to be closing in right now, so he probably needs to make a move, and he needs to make sure he does not get spotted out. Meanwhile, Predator is going to be getting the kill on the Spartan, while God is going to be getting the kill on the Predator. And we do see Hackro, he is going to be making a little bit of noise right there, so that is probably going to reveal his position to God right there, while MGAT PUBG is going to be crawling a little bit forward. And it looks like Juicy is also someone he needs to worry about, but Juicy Juicy is not someone is who is an imminent threat for him, because it looks like Hakro is a little bit more worried about God, who is towards who is down under the hill, who is going to be running towards one of these rocks, trying to get a better angle. And if you actually see the zone, it is going to be quite difficult for him to get inside of this without taking any damage, because he is going to be revealing himself, revealing his position, having to cross that road all alone. Meanwhile, MGAT PUBG, I believe he is aware of God's position, but he only has a UMP to work with, so I don't really have that much confidence. But we do see God, he is going to be going forward. He's going to be taking cover into one of these trees, and I believe MCAT PUBG has heard God making a move, and it looks like God, he is trying to go, he is going to be on the other side. He is going to be able to get that kill onto MCAT PUBG. What a player, man. And he just risking a little bit, trying to get inside of the zone, but not really going to be surprised. And no one would really expect that. And that was a really good play being made by him. So only three people are going to be alive: Hackro, Daredevil, and God. And it looks like things are getting a little bit more interesting, and the God is going to be keeping a keen eye onto all of the rest of the two players, because he seems to have the high ground advantage. And the Dark Devil is going to be in the furthest building, and it looks like Dark Devil might have the better vantage point over onto God, but he's not looking at the direction. He's actually worried about Hakro, who he actually sees through his third perspective. And he is going to be throwing down a grenade, and it looks like that is not going to be landing, as Hakro is going to be making a push over towards Dark Devil's position. But Dark Devil throwing down the grenade, he's already revealed his position to hack towards God right there. So God is gonna probably have a better angle onto both Hacker and Dark Devil, and it looks like Hacker is gonna be making his move towards Dark Devil's position, but God is gonna be there, and he claims the kill onto him, and Dark Devil is going to be the one more player who he needs to worry about. He shoots down that that door as soon as possible. Does have the grenade to work with. He's going to be changing the position a little bit, trying to get a better angle so he can throw down a grenade, and he probably might be able to do so without any trouble. But it looks like Dark Devil also has the same plan in mind, and we do see the grenade getting lobbed down. It's probably going to be landing right next to Dark Devil. No, it's actually going to be bouncing off that wall, and it's going to be landing right behind him. Meanwhile, the second grenade, let's see if this is going to be the right one. And yes, it is. It is going to be landing, but okay, it does manage to get that kill on Dark Devil. So this is going to be God who's going to be getting that chicken dinner with 7 kills. Oh my God. Okay, so I'm sorry for getting a little bit excited right there. I didn't think he had that much. Sorry to say, I did not really check that out. But God did play that extremely well. Dark Devil over at second place with just 1 kill, Hacker with 2, MCAT PUBG with 0, Juicy with 2, Predator with 1, and a lot of other people with a bunch of 1 and 2 kills, and a lot of people with 0. So things are looking to be a lot more interesting than it was during match number 4 and match number 3, as things are getting to get a little bit more heated up. So ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. That was map number 2 of PUBG Mobile ISRL, round number 2, match number 5. And with that being said, I guess we'll be showing the scoreboards with the individual points for map number 2 and also map number 1 combined in a short while, at least before map number 3 actually starts. But what you guys can do before that is go ahead and participate in the giveaway, because for 2 lucky winners, we have actually got 600 UC cash. And if you want to be one of those lucky winners, go ahead and check out the description down below so you guys know how to participate and equip yourself well to avail yourself a chance to win that 600 UC cash. And also, while you're here checking out our Facebook stream or YouTube stream, go ahead and like our Facebook page, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and also follow us on Instagram, because we got a lot of esport goodness happening for you guys over this year, and you don't really deserve to miss out on all of that. But if you do miss out, that is probably because you didn't like our social media. So go ahead and follow us on all of that. And I guess in a short while we will be back with game number 2. And also a huge shout out to all of you beautiful people who are viewing the stream, and a huge shout out to our sponsors: India Today, PlayStation, SRM University, College Dunia, No Paper Forms, and EGI. Thank you for sponsoring this event. And after a short commercial break, I am going to be coming back to you guys with map number 3. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Old Bear, also known as Siddharth Prashanth, and we are arriving to the last stages of this PUBG Mobile ISRL tournament, and this is going to be the last match of today's best of three series. And by the way, if you don't know what match exactly this is the round two, match number 5, and we've already seen the two maps being played. We are going to be seeing the last map going to be played in a little bit, but before that, we need to check the points of all of the players who have participated in this tournament for map number 1 and also map number 2 cumulatively, and also the individual points for map number 2. So let's get that one sorted out, shall we? So in a little bit we'll be seeing that, and we see it right here for map number 2. It is going to be again God, that is also, it's KK getting the chicken dinner with 135 points. Hackro over at second place with 100 points. Sunny is also going to be sharing that point with Hackro with 100 points. So Typo is going to be having 90. Himanshu won with 85. Predator with 80. Lit Spartan with 80 also. Matt Rohan is going to be leaving it with 75, while KKB is going to have 65, while Arpan XD is going to have it with 60. So this is the individual score for map number 2, and let's see the cumulative points for match number 1 and 2. So at the lead is going to be It's KK with a total amount of 13 kills and 265 points. So this is a very huge lead that this guy actually has, a 75-point lead over second place. So over at second place, again, it is going to be Predator with 190 points, Rohan with 160 points, Bond version 007 with 150, Typo with 140, KKB also, and yeah, this is looking to be somewhat of a very high point level of game right here, because the lowest amount of points for this top 10 is going to be Lit Spartan with 105, and it is going to be shared up with three other people, Sunny Mangat and Wingless Bird also. So things are looking to get a little bit more heated up. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen, those were the points for match number 1 and match number 2 cumulatively. So this is going to spell who is going to be getting the qualifying for the next round after this. And meanwhile, what you guys can do is go ahead and participate in our giveaway, because we are giving away two lucky winners 600 UC cash each. And if you don't know how to participate, go ahead and check the link down in the description below, so you guys get equipped to know what to do and avail yourself a chance to get that 600 UC cash giveaway. And a huge shout out to our sponsors: India Today, PlayStation, SRM University, College Dunia, No Paper Forms, and EGI for sponsoring this tournament. And also a huge shout out to all of you guys who are watching this live stream, because you are going to be I don't know, the potential spectators of every esport game which is going to be happening, because I believe in the future esport is going to be on the mainstream level of entertainment. I certainly would not say that it is right now, because there are still rooms for improvement. There are huge games with huge amount of prize pool like Dota 2 and CS:GO. But once it does get a lot more accessible, just like how PUBG Mobile is doing right now, it is going to be quite a sight to see. And the amount of accessibility that people will have because of this mobile game, which is also free to play, things are going to get a lot more heated up. And yeah, things are going to start to heat up a lot more right now, since this is the ultimate map which is going to be happening, and this is going to spell who is going to be qualifying for the next later stages of the tournament. So this is something to look out for. And talking about things to look out for, the player to actually look out for is going to be God It's Okay, because he is having that decisive 75-point lead. So if he manages to get into top 10 itself, I believe he will grab the first place into the tournament, because that is such a lead that he has created. And as usual, he has the highest level of Royale Pass, so you see his fancy skin right there. And the flight path, though, it is going to be a very typical flight path. Going to start over at the northwestern side of the map, and it's going to cut right into the center of the map. So not really a lot of variations where people could drop. We probably could see a lot more action during the southern side of the map. And as usual, we see Hari Om. He's going to be getting on top of that hill, which is going to be over at the western, northwestern side of the island. And as usual, not really a lot of good loot going for him. Again, a Vector. No, there's actually an MK47 mutant. Meanwhile, we do see over at Bootcamp, a bunch of players actually landed in already. We see Viraj uh, and AJ Walker and Spartan are going to be occupying Bootcamp. So that is going to be three people there. AJ Walker not really looking that healthy, but he does have that level 3 armor, and not something which pairs well. He has a level 1 helmet though, and it looks like he is in the same building as Viraj right there, so he needs to be careful about that. If I was AJ Walker, I would actually go for that level 2 vest which is left right there, and maybe try to get the kill, and once if my vest is damaged, swap it out with the level 3. But it looks like he does not really want to take any chances, and it looks like Viraj is going to be in the same floor as AJ Walker right there. And meanwhile, on the other side of the map, we see Dark Devil and PK. They are going to be in the same settlement. Meanwhile, AJ Walker is going to get taken down by Viraj right there. So that is going to be the first death of the game. 22 people alive, and only two people are going to be left over at boot camp. And yeah, things are looking to get a lot more heated up. We see Spartan with a level 2 helmet, a level 1 vest, an MK47 mutant, and a VSS. I don't really know if the VSS is going to be, the best choice of weapon, but it can certainly do a job. And yeah, and towards his left hand side is going to be Wingless Bird at his usual drop spot over at the garages near boot camp. So he's probably going to be rotating inside of boot camp, and if people are going to be keeping an eye over there, they might be able to get an easy kill. Meanwhile, the VSS getting used by Spartan. He will be able to spot out Viraj right there. Meanwhile, Wingless Bird, I believe he's actually getting all of this information. He probably would have spotted out Spartan's position. So Spartan is going to be getting on top of this very fated building where we've seen tons of people die, and we don't really know if the same case is going to be for Spartan, because Spartan is going to be going prone, is going to be trying to get more information onto Viraj's position. And Viraj, I think he is going to get spotted out right now by Spartan, and Spartan is going to get up, not go prone anymore, try to get a better angle onto his position. Meanwhile, we do see Wingless Bird on the other side. The door is actually going to get opened by Spartan, so he's going to be getting onto the third floor, and that is I don't know if that is a good decision or not. Meanwhile, we do see Viraj. He is trying to move around and try to get a better angle, but it looks like he's dropped down onto the first floor. Meanwhile, over on the other side of the map, we see okay, what's the guy? Shizdo and Ace Stranger, they are going to be at the same location. And Spartan is trying to look for a kill onto Viraj. He's actually revealed his position with that VSS. And I guess Viraj is going to have the advantage for now because he knows exactly where Spartan is going to be. And you know, the third floor building is not really something you want to be in. And we do see Wingless Bird, he is trying to push it out towards bootcamp, but it looks like Spartan has actually spotted out Wingless Bird's position. Maybe if he turns around, shoots towards the other player, that might prompt Wingless Bird to move forward. But I don't think Wingless Bird is gonna be making a move unless Spartan is gonna be making some noise over here onto the third floor, because maybe then he can bait out Wingless Bird to come towards him and maybe try to get a kill. But it looks like Wingless Bird is not gonna be doing any of that. He's just gonna be waiting and seeing until Spartan and the player over at bootcamp get into a fight, because before they do that, if he does manage to get into that, it is going to be quite hard for him to deal with. But we do see Wingless Bird, he is going to be on the outside and he is going to get spotted out by Spartan right here. He is going to be fighting with that VSS, but sadly, VSS only has 10 bullets and that is a 9mm round, so not really something of good choice. And we do see Spartan, he is going to be pushing a little bit more aggressively. Wingless Bird is going to be vaulting in, trying to get a better angle, and Spartan is also trying to do the same. He's trying to go for this vault, but not really working out. And the Wingless Bird, I think he is trying to make the move onto the other side, trying to get a better angle onto Spartan's position. But we do see Spartan, he is going to reveal his position by throwing down the grenade. And Wingless Bird, I think this is the chance for him to move forward and get that kill onto Spartan. And Viraj is also someone he needs to worry about. Wingless Bird might not be aware of his position, but Spartan certainly is. So that is something he needs to keep in mind. And we do see Viraj, he is going to be on top of the central building. And I believe Wingless Bird has caught a whiff of him. Meanwhile, the first airdrop is going to be landing over at Lakawi, just a little bit south of Lakawi. So it is going to be near the guys who are over at Kampong, so Kampong and Dock, so probably they can make their way towards that. Meanwhile, Wingless Bird is going to be changing his position. I guess he's shifted his targets from Spartan to Viraj right there, and he probably might be able to get a better angle if he moved like this. And it looks like Viraj is going to be aware of Spartan's position, but I'm pretty sure that he won't be aware of Wingless Bird's, so that is something to keep in mind. Meanwhile, it does look like Wingless Bird, sorry, Viraj and Spartan are going to be getting into a little bit of a fight. I think that is going to be either one of them going down. They're just, bobbing and weaving. If this guy goes for the reload, that is going to be very sad. But no, Spartan is going to be flanked out by Viraj right now, and that is going to be him going down. Meanwhile, over on the other side of the map, we do see Juicy. He is gonna spot out PK right there. I believe PK is trying to just use a third-person perspective to its maximum potential, try to spot him out before he does him. But it looks like Juicy is just bobbing and weaving, trying to make a little bit of noise. He's gonna be opening the door though, so PK might be in a little bit of a pickle. But it does look like Predator on the other side of the map is gonna be able to get that kill on the PLGYT. So I guess that is something good working out in his favor. Meanwhile, Juicy is going to be making tons of noise, and that is certainly thrown down Hawk PK's position. And we do see Hawk PK, he does manage to catch a glimpse of Juicy, and Juicy is just, I don't know, he's just trying to bait out Hawk PK to come outside. But Hawk PK needs to be careful about that, and Hawk PK does get onto the other side, gets out of the other side, and it looks like Lucy has spotted him out. But no, Hawk PK, he is just waiting patiently for Juicy to make a mistake, and Juicy has certainly made a mistake. But it looks like the aim of PK is not really that good. But he does somehow manage to get that kill onto him, and that is going to be Hawk PK coming out as a victor. But there are other people you need to worry about. There is going to be Daredevil, who's going to be on the other side of the settlement. And Dark Devil is going to be in a good position right now. I don't think that PK is really aware of his position. But it looks like either way, he is going to be playing this a little bit more safely. Meanwhile, Hariom is going to be getting that kill onto one more person. So 18 people are going to be alive. And yeah, things are looking to be quite a pickle for all all these people. Meanwhile, over at boot camp, one more person has joined the party. That is going to be Devesh getting into boot camp right now. Hawk PK is still keeping an eye on to whether Dark Devil is going to be making a move or something, because I believe Dark Devil has made a little bit of noise and PK is going to be aware of his position. Meanwhile, Wingless Bird, he is circling around boot camp trying to catch a bunch of people. He probably knows that Devesh is going to be inside of one of these buildings since the door is open. So he is moving a little bit more carefully, and he's not really looking at the right direction, but I believe he heard the buggy come inside of boot camp, and he probably has a good idea where Devesh is going to be. Well, this is going to be quite hard for him to deal with. He looks to be pretty sorted out as of now, like level 2 vest and level 2 helmet. But compared to what Devesh has right now, a level 3 helmet, it's not going to be mattering that much. Meanwhile, Viraj is going to be on the other side of boot camp, and it looks like boot camp is not really going to be in the zone. So Wingless Bird will have to make a move as soon as possible, and he is going to be out into the open if he is trying to make his way towards that. So he's just re-evaluating his position, trying to bait out Devesh to come outside or something. And it looks like on the other side, a stranger is going to be making a beeline towards Hariom. And if he does, manage to spot him out, it is going to be quite hard for him to deal with. Wingless Bird gets into a better position. He does manage to spot out Devesh, I believe, but is still not taking fire. He's going to be waiting and baiting him out, and that's a very good idea because you don't really want to make the first move until you know you're surefirely going to get that kill. Meanwhile, we do see Stranger. He is trying to spot out some other people as a Wingless Bird. He's going to be keeping an eye over the boot camp because he knows that there is still Devesh right there. Meanwhile, the second loot drop is going to land, and that is going to be right in between Kampong and Dogs. So the players who can probably get that are going to be Hackro. And Hackro has had a lot of luck, with those loot drops because I've seen him get one every game, and even though he's not been placing that well into the top 10, he is still making it into the top 10. And those the fortunate times when you do get those loot drops is gonna matter a lot because that one does have an M249, and an M249 is gonna be quite devastating over at close range. And yeah, things are not looking that good as of now, and Hariom, he is going to be going outside of the zone, trying to get a better position, trying to get that vehicle so he can move a little bit deeper inside of the zone. He is going to be crossing Devesh in a little bit, but no, Devesh is out already taking a lot of damage from Wingless Bird, and Wingless Bird, his positioning has been looking pretty good, and Hariom is going to be going forward. He is going to try to get on top of this hill. I wouldn't suggest him staying still for so long because Wingless Bird would probably have an eye onto Hariom's position, but it looks like Wingless Bird is narrowing himself down, is tunnel visioning onto the loot where he might be because he is taking a little bit of damage as of now, and that is going to be from Viraj. And it looks like Viraj's position might be spotted out by Hariom right there, and Hariom does see him, is going to aim at his head, and that is going to be Viraj going down. So that is going to be, such a nice exchange happening between all of these players. And Hariom is going to be spotted out by Wingless Bird also. And it looks like Wingless Bird is trying to look for a kill on the Hariom. And he is going to be able to spot him out, but Hariom does manage to go prone. And he is going to be retreating onto the other side of the hill, so he is going to be safe for now. That was a really sad way to go down, and that was a very premature reload actually coming in from Wingless Bird. Meanwhile, we do see Hariom, he is going to be peeking over where Wingless Bird might be, and Wingless Bird is just trying to bait him out, and he is probably going to work out in his favor. He is going to go prone though, and that is going to be Wingless Bird going down. That was not the best decision that you could have done, and Hariom is going to be punishing you for that. So this guy does look to be in a really good position. Already 3 kills. He's probably going to be looting over all of these bodies which are lying bare right in front of him. And okay, he's actually not trying to go for the loot. He seems to be pretty solid. An NM24 and I believe an AKM. Not really a lot of rosters which can actually change that. And he also has the buggy which he can use to get a better position deeper inside of the zone. And meanwhile, God, who is actually on top of the points worth, is going to not have any kills as of yet, but he seems to be pretty looted out. So we can't really complain about that. And we see the drop. Oh my god, it is going to be on top of the roof. I don't really know if you can actually secure that, but it looks like God, he is trying to look for that, but I don't think he will be able to get on top of that unless he gets a truck or a UAC. And by the way, it has an AWM and an extended quick draw mag for an assault rifle, which I believe you can fit into sniper rifles nowadays, and also all the level 3 gear which he can use later on. And it looks like God, he is trying to get into a better position, and he is a little bit paranoid as to whether people might be in the settlement or not. Nothing really surprising right there, just the usual paranoia when you play a lot of PUBG. And it certainly does look like he has played a lot of PUBG, because he is looking to be at the best of situations. Meanwhile, a stranger is going to be looting up this dead body. He is going to be at the edge of the zone. He probably needs to make a move towards it. And the one thing which he can't be really thrilled about is the fact that there are going to be Dark Devil and Hawk PK right in front of him, and it looks like they're already getting into a little bit of a fight. So not really something he needs to worry about just yet. Hawk PK is going to be going prone behind that rock, and I believe if Stranger does manage to spot out, he does manage to spot out PK right there, so he's just going to be changing his position, gets a little bit deeper inside of the zone. He might be able to get that kill onto PK, but I believe PK might have spotted him out or something. And yeah, he is going a little bit forward, trying to get that kill onto PK. I believe PK is going to die to Stranger, but you know, it looks like Stranger is also aware, trying to, you know, evaluate the situation. He does not really know that Dark Devil is going to be there, but he does manage to see a bunch of loot drops, sorry, a bunch of dead bodies, so he's just trying to get as much information as possible. But it does look like he does manage to spot out Hawk PK. He's just waiting to see if he can get that kill, and yes, he does. It looks like Stranger will be able to get that kill onto Hawk PK, and Dark Devil is going to be looking at Hariom's position right now. He does not know if the player in front of him is there. He does not know if there's just going to be one player or if there's going to be two, because the player who actually got the kill, a stranger, is going to be right next to him. And if he goes for the loot prematurely, it is going to be quite sad for him, because okay, it looks like Stranger is going to be out into the open, and it looks like Dark Devil might be able to get an easy kill onto a Stranger, and it certainly does look like it. He does not have a scope onto that M4, he's just keeping an eye, but it looks like a Stranger is going to be running onto the other side of the boulder, and it looks like he is getting shot by Hariom also. So Dark Devil, he looks to be in the best position. He has the element of surprise working out in his favor, and a Stranger is going to be throwing down that smoke, just trying to, you know, get into a better position. And you know, a stranger needs to be careful about Dark Devil, who is towards his left side. I don't think Hariom has actually spotted out Dark Devil, but he knows certainly that a stranger is going to be there behind that rock, and he is going to be going ahead, going for that loot. And we do see the grenade getting cooked up by Hariom, and that is going to land right next to Stranger. That is going to be a very sad way to die, but no, he does not die. He's just going to be clipped by a little bit of damage coming in from the grenade. He's going to be going for the healing, but he needs to be aware of Dark Devil's position. We do see another grenade getting thrown out by Hariom, and a stranger, though, he has changed his position already, so it is looking a little bit better right now. And Hariom is trying to make the push, and I believe Stranger will be able to get this kill a little bit easier. But no, he is not aiming properly, and Hariom will be able to get that kill instead. And he is going to try to go for the loot, but little does he know that towards his left-hand side is going to be Dark Devil. And Dark Devil, he is playing this patiently. He wants to make sure that he gets this kill, and Hariom is looking to be pretty low. And Hariom is going to be running towards that building, and he is going to be taken down by Dark Devil. So he really did not need that scope. He knew that Hariom was going to be getting a lot more tag. And what a good gameplay coming in from Dark Devil, because that trigger patience all the way around really managed to make sure that he got that kill, and he is going to be at the top 10 right now. Meanwhile, we do see MCAT PUBG, the guy who actually got, I believe, third place in the last game. He is going to be in a good position, because you see three people right here. That is going to be Hackro, Prajwal, and Rohan, who are going to be in the same settlement. And it looks like before that we're going to be looking at God versus Predator about to happen right now. God is trying to look for a kill, but it looks like he's going to be throwing down the grenade. The grenade is going to be dealing no damage actually. It is not going to be dealing any damage to Predator, but it looks like he is going to be jumping onto the other side, trying to get that kill onto Predator. He's just trying to flush him out, and that is not really working out a lot of times. But God is, though, he is going to be changing his position, trying to get into a better building, try to get that kill on the Predator. And it looks like Predator is not really aware of his position right now. And all these people just changing their positions constantly, they might just be able to get that kill right there. But it looks like MGAT PUBG, he's also in a really good position, and if God actually opens the door, this is going to be quite sad because he is going to get shot at from towards his right side. He is going to be hiding inside one of these buildings, trying to get a better position because he was getting shot at by one of the players. And meanwhile, we do see Prajwal, who is going to be changing his position right now. And he does not have a lot to work with. He has a level 3 gear, but only a level 1 helmet and a level 1 backpack. And it looks like God might have actually caught a glimpse of Rohan right there. And it looks like there is still one more player who is going to be shooting at him, and that is going to be, I believe, Pro Punjabi. And Pro Punjabi, not Pro Punjabi actually, that is actually one more player right there. And meanwhile, the zone is actually gonna get the kill onto, I believe, MCAT PUBG. And God is just going to be changing his position right now, just making sure that he's in a good one. And I believe he's already, has enough points to qualify. We do see SWAT Atishay. He's going to be scanning over on the other side, trying to spot out people moving towards the zone, and he might be able to spot out Hackro, but it looks like he's not spotted him out yet. And he has other people to worry about. That is going to be God, and there's also going to be KKBYT. And KKBYT is not really a player you want to fight against that easily, and there is going to be Pro Punjabi also who you need to worry about. But God has positioned himself a little bit better. But Hackro will be able to get that kill onto God, and that is actually the guy who's on the top of the leaderboard getting eliminated. I believe he got 7th place, but still, since his really good performance, I wouldn't really worry about that. I wouldn't beat myself up too much. But it does certainly look like Hackro is looking to be in one of the best positions in this game. But what he needs to worry about is going to be Prajwal, who's actually, gone prone right in front of him. And I think Prajwal is aware of Hackro's position, but Hackro, I don't think he is. Unless Prajwal starts to make some noise, it is going to be quite hard for him to figure out where exactly he is. And I think he has other things to worry about. He needs to make it inside of the zone, and there is going to be Dark Devil right in front of him, who he needs to deal with later on. And it certainly does not look like, Daredevil's aware of his position. Meanwhile, Atishay is going to be able to get that kill onto KKBYT, and Dark Devil is going to get spotted out by Hackro right there, and that is going to be one more person going down. So only 4 people are going to be alive, and the zone is looking to be quite interesting. I wouldn't expect a lot of grenade kills coming up right now. And we do see SWAT Atishay. He is going to get spotted out by Prajwal. No, actually, Prajwal is not even going prone. So I believe, Prajwal just might die right there. And we do see Hackro. He's going to be inching ever so closer towards the zone. And it looks like him and one more player are not really close to the zone. That is going to be Hackro and Prajwal right there. And Prajwal, if he gets spotted out by Hackro, though, it is going to be quite sad. That is going to be a very easy kill going his way. And it looks like Prajwal is making his way closer towards him. And let's actually see if Hackro is going to be getting the kill on the Prajwal or not. But he does manage to spot him out, though. He's going to be shooting at that trees, and he is going to be able to get that kill on the Prajwal. So there's already 4 kills going down, and Hackro is looking to be at the best position as of now. He's dead center inside of the zone, and it looks like Atishay has actually revealed his position towards him. And Pro Punjabi also has to make his way towards the zone. So that is also something he needs to worry about. But it looks like Atishay, though, he is the one with the worst position as of now. He's just trying to make his way inside of the zone, and he is going to get spotted out by Hackro, and Hackro is dealing tons of damage, but no, it is going to be Pro Punjabi who actually gets that kill, and Hackro is going to be weaving towards his left side, and he does manage to spot out Pro Punjabi's position, and if he has a bunch of grenades, he can throw it down, and that might just result in the kill onto Pro Punjabi, but it looks like that is not going to be the case. Pro Punjabi also is a little bit more hesitant to throw down those grenades, and Pro Punjabi, he does not have the positional advantage. Actually, right now, is certainly he doesn't, because Hakro is at the dead center of the zone, and Pro Punjabi will certainly have to make the move towards him. And if he does not have any smokes or grenades to work with, I don't think that is going to be possible. And yeah, he is going to resort to throwing down grenades, and he is going to be throwing it towards Hackro's general position. And Hackro, though, he is going to be forced to change his position right now. The grenade is probably not going to deal any damage, but no, Pro Punjabi in about 8 more seconds will have to be is going to be forced to move outside of the zone. The Molotov, though, it is going to be primed up by Pro Punjabi. It is going to be thrown right there. It's not even landed close to Hackro. He is behind that rock, but Hackro does manage to spot out Pro Punjabi, and Pro Punjabi is going to be hiding behind the tree. And the tree, I don't really know how much cover that is going to be giving to you versus Hackro, because Hackro is looking to be quite healthy. He has all of that level 3 gear, and he's made his way towards the rock. And it looks like Pro Punjabi is trying to look for the kill, but now Hackro is trying to look for that, and he will be able to do that by doing that little bit of a drop shot at the end. And ladies and gentlemen, we have the winners of match number 3, and that is going to be, Pro Punjabi and also Hackro. Hackro did play that extremely well. He took his sweet ass time to get that kill. He knew that he had the positional advantage. He made sure that he made the most usage of that, and he got that going for him in his favor at the end. Even though the grenades being thrown out by Pro Punjabi really did not work out in his favor, you still have to give him comments, because he made an amazing attempt at doing that, and he certainly got rewarded for it. And we do have these players right here. The only shame is the fact that God really did not make it into the top 6. He's going to be at the 7th place, but I believe he is going to be qualifying without any hicks, and probably even getting the first place on the leaderboard, because I believe 75-point lead over him and the second place, not really something which can be compensated just like that. And God, he is looking to be at the best position of his life. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That was map number 3 of today's live stream, and that is going to be the last online game which is going to be played for PUBG Mobile ISRL. But we do have a lot of things coming up for you guys, and if you don't really want to miss out on any of those, go ahead and check out Playtonia's Facebook page. Also check out our YouTube channel. While you're there, go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and also follow us on Instagram, because we are getting a lot more active on our social media, and we are tailoring whatever we are doing to you guys, because Playtonia is not the organization. Playtonia is the community, and we care about the community a lot. So if you guys have any suggestions on what we can do better, what games we need to host tournaments on, go ahead and leave it down in the comment section below, and we will make sure you guys get to catch a glimpse of an esport event which is going to be tailored to your needs. And things are looking to get quite heated up. We are also going to be announcing the winners for the giveaway also, so that is also going to be happening in a little bit. We just need to get those ready, and you still have a little bit of a timing window to actually participate in the giveaway. So what you can do before the live stream ends is go ahead and check out the link in the description below, because we are giving 2 lucky winners 600 UC cash each. And that is going to be a really substantial amount of UC cash, and you can probably get all of those good PUBG Mobile goodness with that. And for you to not miss out on that, go ahead and check the link down in the description below, and you will be equipped well to go ahead and participate in the giveaway and get yourself a chance to win that 600 UC cash. And we are going to be giving away that 600 USD cash in a little bit. But before that, a huge shout out to all of you guys, all of you ladies and gentlemen who have been watching the stream. Thank you for tuning in, because without you guys, this would have not been possible. And also a huge shout out to our sponsors: India Today, PlayStation, SRM University, College Dunia, Nobi Performs, and ETI for sponsoring this event. And with that being said, without any further ado, let's go ahead and announce the winners of today's giveaway. And let's get the drums rolling. And we are going to be seeing who is going to be winning the 600 UC cash for today's live stream. And that is going to be Alec Clicker and Ajay Steve Rogers. As Steve Rogers, I believe that is actually one of the players who participated in this tournament. So go ahead and send us a message over at our Facebook page. You can also write us a mail over at support@playtonia.com, and we will make sure that you get that 600 UC cash. What you do with that, I don't really care about that. You can get a battle pass, sorry, you can get a royale pass, or you can get all the skins that you want. But that is something you guys get to decide. Free will is being thrown at you, so you get to do whatever you want with that 600 UC cash. Just don't do that. Use that for uh, you know any other purposes. And we are going to be looking at, okay, by the way, the winners over here are actually from Twitter. So these the winners right here, that is their Twitter handle. So if you guys actually want to know what they're up to, go ahead and follow them or something. I don't know why I'm advertising these guys, but okay. Once a sellout, always a sellout. That is going to be Oldbear, also known as Siddarth Prashanth, also known as a sellout. So, we are going to be seeing these stats right now, the stats for game number 3, and also the cumulative stats for game 1, 2, and 3. So, without any further ado, let's see who is going to be the fortunate winners of ISRL PUBG Mobile Round 2, match number 5. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. For match number 3, we have Hackro over at first place with 125 points, while Pro Punjabi and Bond version 007 are going to be sharing that second place with 100 points each, while Prajwal and Salim Angat are going to be having that 85 points each. And KKB and it's KK, by the way, that is God, and he is going to be getting 75 points. And also KKB is going to be getting that 75 points, while Hariom Singh is going to be getting that 70 points. Maddox Rohit is going to be getting that 65 points, while Himanshu 1 is going to be at the bottom of the top 10 with a humble 60 points. So there you have it. Those were the individual stats for map number 3. And let's see the cumulative stats for map 1, 2, and 3 coming up right now. And no surprises right there. It is going to be Gods with a total amount of 14 kills and a total amount of 340 points. Oh my god, that is a 90-point lead over the second place guys. And the guys who are at second place, it is going to be Predator with 250 points, and Bond version 007 over at third place with also 250 points, but he is going to be ranked third because he has 4 kills less than Predator. And Hackro over at fourth place with 240 points, Maddox Rohan with fifth with 225, KKB at sixth with 215, Sunny Mangat over at seventh at 190 points, Pro Punjabi at 8th with 890 points. Also, Himanshu at ninth with a 145 points. I believe it's actually Typo who's at ninth place because he has more kills. And I think it is going to be Himanshu at 10th place with 145 points also. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Those are the winners who are going to be qualifying for the next stages of the ISRL tournament. And this is also the last stream for PUBG Mobile we're going to be doing right here. And what you guys can do is go ahead and check out Playtonia's social media, because we are going to be quite active, and we also have a lot of things in store for you. We have a lot of sim racing, we have a lot of CSGO, we have a lot of Dota 2 and PUBG Mobile, obviously. And if you guys don't want to miss out on any of that, go ahead and check out all of our social media handles. And while you're also there, give us a like, hit subscribe on our YouTube channel, and also follow us on Instagram. And if you don't want to miss out on when we are going to be going live next, go ahead and tap that bell icon right next to the subscriber button, and you will be getting all the information of when we are going to be going live. And if you actually missed out on any of this, round 2 goodness, you can go ahead and check out the video on demand over at our Playtonia's YouTube channel. We have that all listed over there, and you guys can reveal onto the fact. And players who are actually playing this game, they can actually look back onto those streams and think what mistakes they have done, or try to improve their gameplay or something like that. So that is also something they can do. And if you want to contact us on any of our events which are going to be coming up, just write us a mail at support@playtonia.com, or even just visit our webpage www.playtonia.com, and you will be updated on whatever we are doing, and you will get a first scoop on the hottest esport events which we are going to be hosting. So a huge shout out to all of you, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you had a very good Sunday. I certainly did. And this is going to be Olber, also known as Siddharth Prashant. I'm going to be signing off, but also a huge shout out to our sponsors, India Today, SRM University, PlayStation, College No Paper Forms, and EGI. Thank you for sponsoring this event. And I guess I am going to be signing off right now. But do stay tuned because this is not over yet, and ISRL is going to be coming back to you guys after a short while.
used to dream about the palm trees. After the summer achievements, I got a long sleeve. Supposedly, think about it. In reality, you running out of options. Starting to see the coffin with the Bible preach. I'm way ahead on a private beach. My hair bleached on the cover of a magazine. I got the flavor doing pictures on the coca bean. Doing all the things you can't imagine what it might be. I come and go like a round, round, round. They don't want the two be going nah, nah, nah. I'm coming back with the money in the bag. The rubies in my lab, yeah, I'm running with the cash. I'm coming go like a round, round, round. Putting in a word like I'm way behind. Still trapping on the low low. Working in the mold like I'm running from the pole. Yeah, we at the spot, they be stunning now. They don't see the bigger picture, we be cutting out. All I'm saying is the man that I'm becoming. He gon' take a new addiction and it twisted like a plumbing now. Yeah, I'm out here watching all these falling ones. Yeah, and they be thinking about my home runs. Oh, how they gon' catch me when I'm all around. Oh, I can't see why I didn't call it out. I come and go like a round, round. You don't want the two be going nah, nah, nah. I'm coming back with the money in the bag. The rubies in my lab, yeah, I'm running with the cash. I'm coming go like a round, round, round. Putting in the work like I'm way behind. Still trapping on the low low. Working in the mold like I'm running from the pole. I come and go like a round, round. They don't want the two be going nah, nah, nah. I'm coming back with the money in the bag. The rubies in my lab, yeah, I'm running with the cash. I'm coming go like a round, round, round. Putting in the work like I'm way behind. Still trapping on the low low. Working in the mold like I'm running from the pole. be. When I was young, I used to dream about the palm trees. After the summer achievements, I got a long sleeve. Supposedly, think about it. In reality, you running out of options. Starting to see the coffin with the Bible preach. I'm way ahead on a private beach. My hair bleached on the cover of a magazine. I got the paper doing push-ups on the coca bean. Doing all the things you can't imagine what it might be. I come and go like a round. They don't want the two be going nah, nah, nah. I'm coming back with the money in the bag. The rubies in my lab, yeah, I'm running with the cash. I'm coming go like a round. Putting in the work like I'm way behind. Still trapping on the low low. Working in the mode like I'm running from the pole. Yeah, we at the spot, baby, stunning now. They don't see the bigger picture, we be cutting out. Always saying it's the man that I'm becoming. He gon' take a new edition and they twist it like a plumbing now. Yeah, I'm out here watching all these rolling ones. Yeah, and they be thinking about my home runs. Oh, how they gon' catch me when I'm all around? Oh, I can't see why I didn't call it out. I come and go like a round. They don't want the two be going nah, nah, nah. I'm coming back with the money in the bag. The rubies in my lap, yeah, I'm running with the cash. I'm coming go like a round. Putting in the work like I'm way behind. Still trapping on the low low. Working in the mode like I'm running from the pole. I come and go like a round. They don't want the two be going nah, nah, nah. I'm coming back with the money in the bag. The rubies in my lap, yeah, I'm running with the cash. I'm coming go like a round. Putting in the work like I'm way behind. Still trapping on the low low. Working in the mode like I'm running from the pole.